Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be filming a one brand review. The brand that we're going to be focusing on today is HEIMISH Cosmetics. They are a Korean cruelty-free skincare and makeup brand, but today we're going to be focusing more on their makeup side rather than their skincare side. And I do want to thank STYLEVANA for sponsoring today's video. HEIMISH is one of the many brands that they carry on their site. They have so many more Korean beauty brands for you guys to check out. I will leave all of their links down below. If you guys would like, you can use my code to save 15% off your purchase on selected brands. So I'm going to leave all the information down below with all the links and everything, but I do want to thank STYLEVANA for sponsoring today's video. Alright, so I have 6 items that I'm going to be reviewing, and I'm going to go in the order in the way I would apply everything. The first product is the Airless Glow Base. This has SPF 50 plus PA+++. And initially when I saw this, I thought this would be more of like a hydrating primer, but this is actually more of like an illuminator. I do have oily combination skin, so this is not a product that I would apply all over my face. I mainly target this on the tops of my cheekbones and just sort of the high points of my face where I want to bring forward. And this is just going to give you like a beautiful glow. If you want to get that glass skin, like if you don't have much acne scars or texture, you could apply this all over your face and get that like fresh glass skin look. This product will definitely give you that. I am not wearing highlighter today, and I did like mattify my face down quite a lot, but you can see there's like a little subtle glow. That could be from my bronzer as well, but I do have like a really subtle glow on my cheek area, and I just look a little bit illuminated but not so dewy. So I really do love this product, and I love how it has SPF as well. This kind of product you can mix in with your foundation if you want to sort of change the finish, and you can also mix it in with your moisturizer as well. I haven't tried those methods, but that's something you definitely could do if you want to get maximum usage out of this product. But for me, I'm using it for something very specific, just at my high points of my cheeks, and I really do like the overall look after all of my makeup is on. But I also should mention that this does have a fragrance in it, so if that's something that you're very sensitive to, then just keep that in mind. Actually, a lot of their products have a lot of fragrance in it, so just be aware. And the next product I picked up is one of their eyeshadow palettes. I got mine in the shade Brick Brown. I just want to talk about the packaging, like the box that it comes in first, because you could double this up as decor, because the spine, if you take this thing off, the spine looks like a book, and I think it's really cute. I'm probably gonna display this as a book because the tone, I just love the tone. It's very vintage brown, and this is what the palette looks like. I am wearing everything on my face today, as you probably can tell from the little clips that I'm going to be adding in. But in this palette you will get 8 shadows and also a dual-ended brush. There's also a mirror inside as well. The brush is actually pretty nice. I can see myself actually using this. The more fluffier side, I can see myself packing on shadow, and the other side I would use this as like a lip brush or to apply metallic shadow here. Definitely handy. So I was really excited to play around with this palette, because I actually haven't played around with so many Korean eyeshadow palettes. I have tried 3CE, but I feel like their formulation is very pigmented. It's actually sort of comparable to a Western brand. I really want to try like a Korean eyeshadow and see what it was like, because to my knowledge, Korean eyeshadow is definitely less pigmented than shadows that you would see from like a Western brand. So like if you are coming from a lot of Western makeup and you're just swatch this palette, you might not even want to try it, because once you swatch it, the swatches are not as pigmented, like one swatch highly pigmented on the first go. But as my makeup preferences have been changing, I've been toning it down a lot this year. I don't know if it's just COVID or my preference. I feel like it is my preference, not really COVID, but I just been toning down my makeup a lot. If I was to get this palette, let's say 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't think twice about it. I would just be like, you know, whatever, this palette ain't that great. But now that I've been loving more of like a muted, softer look, This palette is so pretty and I love it so much. You will see that the lighter like transition matte shadows are very light in pigmentation. They don't have so much pigmentation in there, but it is very buildable, and I feel like the overall finish that it gives to the eyes is stunning, and I actually quite like that now. I like my ColourPop palettes that have a lot of pigmentation in them, but I also like this for like an everyday wear because I feel like they purposely make their lighter shadows less pigmented so that they are are buildable and just sort of like a light wash on the eyes, because when you go to the dark matte brown, that is pigmented. As for the metallics, they are stunning as well, but they also have that muted vibe to them. They're not so foiled. I think this one here is a little bit more chunky. It has more glitters in it, and that's the one I'm wearing in my inner corners today. So there are different finishes in here as well. You have mattes, you have sequins, you have metallics, and then you have this sort of like chunkier metallic glitter. I just really love how the formulation is muted and buildable, but also the tones are also very muted as well. I feel like typically if I was to wear like a red eyeshadow look, it would really stand out on my eyes, which, you know, I do love, but I feel like with these kind of tones, it just complements my skin tone really well, and it kind of just makes my eyes pop, then overtaking my eyes, if that makes sense. So just overall, I really did enjoy this palette. And another thing with like my preference changing, you will see these two lighter shades in the corner here. Before, I would be like, I have no use for this, I wish they would just take this out. But me now, I'm like, yes, I'm so glad that this is in the palette, because I would use these two shadows to blend out the outer edges of my shadow to give more of a blended look. So I just find myself like liking all of the shadows in here. It gives me very fall, rustic, homey, cozy vibe, and I feel like this is going to be my daily palette once fall time rolls around. I'm currently in my summer. I live in New Zealand, so it is summer here, but yeah, definitely when it comes to the fall time, I will take this out. Not that I really do my makeup accordingly to the season, but I just feel like the vibes is very fall vibes, and I love that, and I did love the palette. I think it's definitely worth it, and I do want to check out more of their other shades, because this is just definitely becoming my preference, and I love the eye look that I did today. I also got their taping shadow. So this is sort of like a little trio of metallic shadows, and it's very tiny and compact. It also does come with a brush. I don't think I would use this one as much, but I can see myself using it. This side has like a flat edge, and sometimes when I want to clean up my eyeshadow a little bit, I'll take a bit of loose powder, press this in, and then I can stamp it here very easily. So this will come in handy one day. But there are three little metallics in one pan. I did use the darkest red for my metallic shadow at the inner corner here. And this again sort of has that muted vibe. They're not so foiled and high shine, but they have that beautiful soft metallic diffused look that I love. Though I'm not like a fan of having like a separate little compact just for my metallic shadows, I would rather just have everything in like one place in the palette. But the shadows are really pretty, and they do perform really well. I think this would work more better as sort of like a one and done sort of eyeshadow palette. You definitely could just take your finger, swipe it down, and just blend this out all over your lid. One and done, easy to go. The next item is their Smudge Stop Mascara, and I actually mentioned this in my November favorites, and I've been loving this guy so much. I've been especially loving this for my lower lashes. I did apply on my upper lashes today just for the demo, but I typically wouldn't do that because if I wasn't wearing falsies, I feel like it weighs down my lashes. It doesn't really hold up the curl. But in saying that, when I did mention it in my November favorites, one of you guys told me that you love it on your top and bottom lashes, and it does hold up the curl. And I feel like that's just the beauty of makeup. Some things will work for me, might not work on you, but I'm glad that it does work on other people's upper lashes. But for me, I wouldn't prefer this on my upper lashes. I specifically love this for my lower lashes. So the wand is so easy to coat the lash because it sort of has a curve like a banana. My eyes are extremely curved. They're not very like straight. They are quite curved, and this is just so easy to apply mascara on the lower lash line. And the formulation, it coats your lashes so evenly, but it lengthens and separates them so well. And on the lower lashes, that is stunning. I also haven't had any issues with it smudging, because obviously the name of the mascara is Smudge Stop. So I feel like if you had like extremely long lashes, then maybe give this one a go. If like you have trouble with your mascara always smudging on the lower lash, give this one a go because it will just lengthen and separate your lashes so nicely. Next up, I have their Varnish Velvet Lip Tint in the shade number 5 Dry Rose. It is the lip color that I'm currently wearing, and I have also been loving this one as well. I'm not saying that I love all of these products because this video is sponsored. I'm honestly gonna give you like my straight up opinion, but I've been loving this because first off, the shade, it is very similar to the ColourPop Luxe Velvet Liquid Lipstick in the shade Air Kiss, and you guys know I love this formulation and shade. I will do a quick comparison for you guys now. So this is the HEIMISH one, and then we have the ColourPop one. So you can kind of see it's in the same color family. I would say the HEIMISH one is a little bit darker, but that undertone, that very like rosy pink, it's quite similar. But if I was to choose out of the two and which one would I wear on the go, I'm gonna go for the HEIMISH one because this one does stain your lips. It is a lip tint, so it gives you a bit of stain. And that definitely could be a make or break point for you. So depending on your preference, if it stains, you might love that like I do, but if it stains, you might hate that. So it's really up to you, but for me, I love how it stains my lips because when I go out and I'm eating lunch, I literally wipe my mouth like almost after every single bite. So I'll like eat, wipe, eat, wipe. I don't know why, especially like in front of other people other than Harry. I'm like always wiping my mouth and my lip color tends to disappear very, very quickly. But because this stains my lip, I feel like I don't have to retouch throughout the day as much as I would if I had to use a different lip product. So I really do like the fact that it does stain my lips. It's just very easy to reapply. It's also very comfortable as well. It does dry down pretty matte and there is no transfer, but it doesn't like emphasize the lines on my lips. It doesn't make my lips look drier. It doesn't feel dry. It kind of just like soaks into my lips really comfortably. And of course, I love the shade because it's very comparable to Air Kiss. Keep in mind, I haven't tried many lip tints in my days. You can tell I'm more on the Western side of makeup, but I definitely want to dive into K-beauty where I can if it's cruelty free. And this one is a really, really great one. And the last product that I have to review is their Velvet Powder Pact. So this is like a sebum control setting powder pack. Like I mentioned earlier that I do have oily combination skin, and because we are currently in summer, like it's been getting quite warm recently, I feel like for me this doesn't keep me as matte as I would like. I'm going to be showing you the demo right here. This was filmed about, I would say like maybe just 10-15 minutes ago, and you can see I'm already quite shiny again. So I use this in the last step of makeup. I don't use this to set the whole of my face. So what I did, I just took it to like the shiny parts of my face. It's pretty effective instantly. Like you can see I am quite matte and it kind of does smooth out my skin a little bit. But you can see about like, you know, 15-20 minutes later, my glow already comes back. But that's definitely because I had, you know, combination oily skin. My T-zone, it is quite oily, and because I'm in this room, it's quite humid. So like I'm feeling quite warm, let's just say that. But I guess if you have dry skin and you sort of just want to touch up a little bit of oil that you might get after a long day, then this would be like a really great compact to have because it is very small. It's the same size as the Taping Shadow palette. It doesn't control my oils for a very long time. Like I would have to retouch up a lot. So I'm really happy with all of the products that STYLEVANA sent for me to try out from HEIMISH. I definitely want to try out more from the brand, so let me know if there's any other products from HEIMISH that you guys have tried and love. I would love to know and try it out for myself. I've tried a lot of their skincare that I really like as well. If you guys did enjoy the video and found it helpful, be sure to give the video a thumbs up for me. I would appreciate it so much, and it also does help out my channel a lot as well. Again, thank you to STYLEVANA for sponsoring today's video. I will leave all of the info down in the description box for you guys. That is going to complete today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I feel like getting sponsors is not something that I get very often, so I wouldn't have been able to get a sponsorship with STYLEVANA if it wasn't for you guys watching my videos and supporting my channel. So I really do appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!